Terrence Howard's exclusive interview revealing every celebrity that was sexually involved with Diddy has just been released, and allegedly, Terrence Howard has received threats over the names he revealed. Diddy's situation has also gotten worse, with a new lawsuit naming Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and even LeBron James now filed in court. This proves that some of the biggest names in the industry were involved with Diddy, and if Diddy goes behind bars, the worst sex trafficking ring in Hollywood will come crashing down.
If you're going to speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face. And say it like a man.
Oscar-nominated actor Terrence Howard left the film industry because he knew what goes on behind closed doors. Couch casting and sexual favors are what this industry is built on, and Diddy's arrest and the tapes he recorded prove all of this. Recently, on an episode of the Patrick Bet-David podcast, Terrence Howard revealed that he said no to some of the biggest roles of his career just so he could protect his integrity. Diddy wanted to have sex with Terrence, but Terrence had principles.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Terrence revealed that the people who say yes to these deals and give up their integrity can never get the abuse out of their heads. What's the point of success if you have to give up your respect to achieve it? According to Terrence, people like Justin Bieber and Usher are suffering mentally and take drugs to drown the memories of their abuse.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here is men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Before his interview, Terrence Howard tweeted that he was going to reveal all the lies and that he was just getting started. This is the end of the great lie. We have waited years for the truth to be revealed, and now that it is here, let's live by it. We are tearing down this entire system of lies. The revolution has begun. Make way for life and stay tuned. We are just getting started. After his interview, Terrence Howard was approached by the people he had talked about, and allegedly also received threats. In a video posted after his interview, Terrence Howard said this.
Listen, before y'all talk about me, y'all need to talk to me. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, and his chin high. Not hiding behind a keyboard or tucked behind edited clips of fair use disclaimers. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm another's reputation. Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations.
As we peel back the layers of what Terrence Howard has been saying, we see that Hollywood is filled with predators. Sexual abuse is rampant in the film industry, and some of the biggest names like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Roman Polanski, and now Diddy were all sexual predators who used young men and forced them into degrading sex acts. These people are part of the gay mafia that controls Hollywood and the music industry. Record company executives and directors were all involved in the sex trafficking ring with Diddy.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
This is what 50 Cent has been saying for years. Every celebrity that was going to Diddy's freak-off parties knew what was going on behind the scenes, but they kept quiet because that's how you make it in this industry. Enabling the abuse of minors and actually helping Diddy cover up his crimes is something that all of Diddy's guests are guilty of. 50 never went to Diddy's parties because he wasn't down with any of this.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really... Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I'll spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
But the damage was already done. The footage was out there. And the man who built an empire on image hoardings shot in a New York hotel room during the 6 days before his September streaming about stolen property and illegal access. But Netflix's response was Ice's own obsession with filming. 22 million views in 6 days for The Reckoning, a 50-month prison term starting in October. Cold. The material was obtained legally, and the documentary's director, Alexandria
But you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop.
Shit. This is really stop it, man.
You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man. I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you've been the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You're do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
It's not just Meek Mill that was involved with Diddy. Jay-Z and Beyonce have both been longtime supporters of Diddy, and as the recent lawsuits now prove, they were regulars at his freak-off parties too.
But take him back
Jay-Z
in a
and
heartbeat.
Beyonce
But 50
are people
Cent,
who married
on
each
the
other
other hand,
just
has
for
made
business
it
reasons
so
and to grow
Vivica
their
Fox
empire.
needs to let 50
Their
Cent
names have
go,
come
and
up in
50
two
could not have
separate
made it any
witness suits
clearer.
now.
It's obvious
And
that
it's only a
Vivica
matter
is
of
still
time before they
obsessing
get
over her
indicted, just like
ex-boyfriend
Diddy.
50 Cent. And
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking
was wondering what you were
those
talking
fucking
about.
trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. Wow. You're gonna let him say that? You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
You're gonna let him say that?
he had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he ain't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on.
You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time.
After that, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because
are from
he's
the
no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things that.
Every major rapper was involved with Diddy. They're all silent now, but they can never get rid of the evidence. Just take a look at everyone that was partying with Diddy back in 2010. Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher have always been close to Diddy. In May of 2018, Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami had to be closed down because of a shooter. Jonathan Oddie. Jonathan claimed to be Diddy's alleged sex slave and said that he was being controlled.
Going in. Better believe it. Shout at Def Jam. We the best. You know what it is. 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Big shout out to my man Drake is in the house. Fabulous is in the house. This is all brotherly love. My biggest brother of all, the boss, Ricky Ross, is in the house. Ricky Ross, report to the grass. DJ Khaled, he's the best. He's in the house. Tiana Taylor's in the house. My brother Chris Brown, I'm gonna stick with him through thick and thin. Chris Brown is in the house. You know what I'm saying? Cause something ain't right, so I know Chris Brown is in the house. Big shout out to my son Quincy, my son Christian, my son Justin.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Yes, without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the White Party.
Matters even worse for Jay-Z and Beyonce. The recent lawsuit they were named in lists 3 more major celebrities as witnesses, and this time the defendant isn't an anonymous John Doe. A new civil lawsuit was just filed against Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, and Gloria Estefan for being part of a Diddy party where a man was allegedly sexually abused and humiliated. Defendant Joseph Manzaro
he had
alleges
connections
that back
everywhere.
in 2015,
so why doesn't the documentary
he was
show
drugged,
any of these
transported
celebrities?
against his
Why aren't
will,
there stories
and
of
sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise?
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian
under
Combs.
his mother's name?
There he
Janice
was allegedly
Combs.
forced to
Why
appear
would
in
Diddy
a
do that?
penis
Why not
mask.
put the company
The lawsuit
in his own
states,
name?
Jay-Z
Gene
and
Deal
Beyonce
knows
Knowles
exactly
Carter
why.
were seated in
It
the
was a
room,
scheme
and upon
to
seeing
avoid- Diddy
Manzaro,
made sure the
Beyonce
company
Knowles Carter
wasn't in his
asked,
name.
"What's this?
Smart,
What's
right?
this
Evil,
all about?
but smart.
Why is this
But then Diddy
half-naked white
decided he
man with a
wanted
penis
and I'm
mask
talking about
standing here in
Anthony
front of
Wolf
me?"
Jones.
Manzaro alleges
Wolf
in the
was Bad
lawsuit
Boy's
that he
head
was
of
then
security
forcibly
from
paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll
Another major name trying to get away from the Diddy allegations is Will Smith. During a comedy appearance in San Diego, Will Smith joked, "I haven't been anywhere near those damn freak-offs," adding, "I don't even like baby oil." This statement was in response to allegations against Diddy, which mentioned Will Smith as a close associate. Interestingly, Will Smith's former assistant has come forward and revealed that he once caught Will cheating on Jada with Dwayne Martin.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But you know that one, it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Unlike these criminals, 50 doesn't have anything to hide. Terrence Howard said the exact same thing. The only reason 50 Cent and Terrence Howard's are able to publicly expose the people connected to Diddy is because they themselves never participated in these parties. They've got nothing to hide.
And you don't throw out allegations, but you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look, I took I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink till she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on the separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that shit.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Netflix docuseries that you've been working on. Did he do it?
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with
the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out.
50 is going to reveal all of Diddy's lies in his upcoming documentary, Diddy Do It. Announced in December of 2023 and set to release in the next few weeks, this documentary will reveal all of Diddy's secrets and everyone associated with him. A statement released by Netflix reads, "This is a story with significant human impact. It is a complex narrative spanning decades, not just the headlines or clips seen so far. We remain steadfast in our commitment to give a voice to the voiceless and to present authentic and nuanced perspectives."
It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For with brands, and they was ahead of me,
right?
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that, and then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people, connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit, like.
Diddy's team is losing it. They just filed a motion to get Diddy's trial delayed, but the judge has just said no. Diddy's lawyers claim that they need 2 more months to prepare for the trial. Interestingly, Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, claimed that his team was ready months ago. Now that it's actually time to prove what he said, however, he's backing out. The evidence against Diddy is impossible to deny.
Today, the music mogul appeared in court asking for a 2-month delay, but it was denied by the judge. Combs also asking to exclude a March 2016 video obtained by CNN, which apparently shows Combs physically assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. His attorneys allege the tape was manipulated, which CNN denies. Let's bring in ABC News chief investigative reporter Aaron Katersky, along with legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer. Aaron, let's start with you. It looks like court is going to start next month, that trial, despite that request of a pushback from Diddy and his defense team. What more do we know about what happens next?
Well, it's going to start with jury selection May 5th. The judge denied a request from Sean Combs' legal team for a 2-month adjournment to try and resolve some evidentiary disputes. The judge said there was no reason that he saw that there needed to be that kind of a delay. Still plenty of time to prepare for trial.
More victims are also coming forward. Cassie has now been confirmed as one of the witnesses that federal prosecutors are going to call in the upcoming case. Originally, this case had only 2 victims, but now it looks like we might have a total of 5 confirmed witnesses who will be called to testify.
About either, by the way, victim 4 or victim 5?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. I know on Tuesday when we had spoke, we were talking a lot about victim 4, who we know to be a former employee of Sean Diddy Combs. And a lot of the issues surrounding victim 4 in this particular part was about her emails. I can't confirm that this victim is a woman. But as far as her emails goes, the defense wanted the full scope of the emails that the government did not have access to. And so the defense, to their point, they just wanted the full extent of it so it can show a clear picture, because previously they were arguing that this alleged victim was just cherry picking messages and emails between herself and Diddy and sending it over to the government. The defense on their part, they wanted the full scope of the emails. But as far as the judge and his ruling, he said that requesting the full extent of the emails, which by the way are like 100,000 emails. It's a lot of emails, especially if you were having trial next month. But the request, he had said, he being the judge, was a fishing expedition. But he said, and he kind of left the door open with this, that if the defense wanted to make a renewed motion pointing to specific emails, specific key terms, then they could go about filing the appropriate paperwork, see how they could go about doing that.
Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are being pulled into the spotlight, and there's no turning back. 50 Cent warned us, and with lawsuits piling up, victims stepping forward, and the Diddy Do It documentary on the horizon, the truth is finally breaking through. Like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of what's coming next, subscribe and turn on notifications.